Well, folks, I said I'd pop on tonight. I know it's a quiet night. There's been international football over the last couple of days, but I said I'd pop on, have a chat with you, because this time next week we'll be all back to action, back to league duties against Hearts away at Tynecastle under the lights as well. So it's a new streaming service I'm using, so it's a bit different from what I'm used to using with StreamYard. So hopefully everyone can see all right when people start generating in. 6 people are on live. Thank you very much for tuning in. Get the questions in. Pictures going around of the leaked kit. There's obviously the 2006 version of Adidas that could be on the horizon for Celtic. New contract obviously with them as well. Talks of Lennon Miller. Talks to Kravista Garden as well. Looks like we could be going back in for him again. Look at it's been a decent season so far. You know, some of the players have been top notch. Lewis Palmer scored 2 goals last night for Honduras in the Nations League for them against Mexico at home. So things are going good. So get the comments in. Tell us where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel as well. It would be fantastic. I said I'll pop on for about half an hour, chat with you, see what's happening, get the questions in. Will Celtic go in for Lennon Miller in January, or will be a case that will go into summer from? Depends on the club. Depends if Motherwell are going to listen to offers as well. Depends on the player and his agent. So interesting times. Let's see what's in the comments here. Um, Look at how's it going, Robert. Hope you're well. Kick off time next Saturday is an absolute shambles, 7:45 at night. Look, the fans that are going to the game 100% agree with you. It is a bit of a nightmare for the kick-off time, but for people that don't go to the games like myself, that get to what a Saturday night football match, I'll be looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to them regardless what time we play. If it's midday, 3 o'clock, quarter to 8, half 5. Once Celtic are back on the telly, and we can go out there and get the 3 points against a struggling Hearts team, should be good. But you know what? Hearts are that type of team where they did be dodgy. And we went there last season. We were beaten. We were robbed last season, and then we also won one game as well there. So some really good moments in Tynecastle over the years. The previous season we sealed the league there as well. Look, Lawrence Shanklin hasn't been playing well for them. They're just struggling as a side. Craig Gordon played well for Scotland last night. I seen a couple of posts on like the likes of social saying, why did Celtic get rid of Ben Doak? Ben Doak wanted to move away from Celtic. He wanted to challenge himself and get first team football, even though he got a couple of games on the Ange. And he played really well for Scotland last night. He was outstanding for Scotland. I didn't watch the game, watch the highlights today, and you know, Ralston played well for Scotland. Happy birthday to Tony Ralston as well. Great to see. Great to see the boy doing well. Scales played well for Ireland the other night as well on Thursday night against Finland. Big game tomorrow against England at Wembley. Am I a fan of Lennon Miller? Look, people are asking me 6 months ago, would I sign him? A lot of hype about him. Wasn't interested at the time because I'm one of these people where I don't watch opposition teams in other games unless they're playing Celtic. And he played really well against Celtic at Fair Park when we beat them this season. Overall, I've watched some of his games and he actually has played well. He's been really 4 goals so far for Motherwell this season, 3 assists. I would sign him. I really would sign him. I think he could be a John McGinn in the making. You know, plays in that position, and we had a chance to get John McGinn back in Brendan Rodgers' first era, and because we didn't pay an extra 500,000, he ended up going down south. And look at him now; he's playing well for Aston Villa, playing in the Champions League, and he's been phenomenal. You know, I think why not? We have the money in the bank. Go in and sign him. Go in and sign him. Why not? I think we could send Aldine home the opposite way and get him to develop. Maybe Lewis Palmer go there for the rest of the season on loan because Lewis Palmer hasn't scored for Celtic in the competitive game this season. Yes, he scored goals against Sligo Rovers in a friendly game during the last international break, but doesn't count. Doesn't count. And I feel sorry for Lewis Palmer because there is potential there with that player. We've seen his 2 goals last night, fair enough. The Mexican keeper saved it and then he got the rebound. But the second goal was a cracking goal into the far right corner. I just think you look at Moyeda, you look at Forrest, you look at Kuhn. Kuhn is playing unbelievable this season. I know there's been reports that Brentford have been sniffing around, scouting him, Fulham been scouting, but he's not going to go. He's in a long-term contract. If Celtic were to get rid of Nicholas Kuhn, he'd be looking at about 25 million plus, and that's just me. That's not me being big-headed. It's just because he has the Champions League goals in there now. He's been on fire. He's still young. He's like what, 23, 24. So why not? Like can't see Celtic getting rid of Nicholas Kuhn in January unless it be a mad offer. But I think we're quite stable when it comes to that. Hell, Angela, hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see people tuning in on YouTube. I don't have Facebook link tonight. I said I'll pop onto this and get your comments in. Good to see you in, Laura. Folks, if you want to join the subscription for 99 cents or 99p, you are more welcome to it. Every little helps at the end of the day. I just hope our players come back from international duty and be fitter than ever. The boys be playing on Tuesday for Japan, late hours going into Wednesday, I think it is. Alistair Johnston played last night for Canada, won his 50 cap for Canada, and they won 1-0. So well done to the Canadians. I don't know what the story. I know Denmark lost 2-1 to Spain. Okay, Spain are probably the best team in the world at the moment. Unbelievable. Them or Argentina. So Kasper obviously let 2 goals in, but look, Kasper's been phenomenal. Look, he's last out now for Celtic. The saves he pulled off, I think it was like 9 big saves in that game at Rugby Park. So yeah, I haven't been on, folks. International break drains the life out of me. There's not much to be talk about. I know other channels are bashing away every day, talking about different stuff. I know there's been a report going out as well that if Celtic were to extend or to build the south stand up, it could be up to 70,000 capacity, which will cost them £84 million if they were to build up the south stand. I'm a fan for it, but it means that we could clear the season book waiting list down as well. But I don't have the club will. There's been talks of a hotel, a new club store, a museum. That seems like it's all on the backbone at the moment. Frank, here we go. How's it going, Frank? Unless you're going clubbing on Saturday night, 7:45 kickoff is fine. It gives the players extra time to recover. Exactly. That's the benefits of that, Frank, to be honest with you. To be honest, I'm not going to the game, so I'm kind of glad there's something to look forward to all day on Saturday. The extra time to recover, especially the Japanese boys. I know Kyogo didn't feature yesterday for Japan. Rio came on. Daisen came on. They won 4-0. The boys didn't score, but all steam ahead. Good question, Big. So Big Dom has asked me, do you expect a bit of transfer business in January, both in and out? Well, as I said, I'd like to see Lewis Palmer go on loan. If it's a part of the Lennon Miller deal of sending him on loan for the season, I would be happy to send Palmer on loan for the season to Fair Park. Odin Home, like to see him go on loan. Larga Bielka is not getting much football over in FC20. I think he's only played. He's come off the bench 5 times for FC20. I don't think he's actually started a game for them. Yeah, Nabrowski, I could see him probably staying along because it's either ship off Welch or Nabrowski. Regards to getting a striker in, maybe Matisse Kvistergaard. It depends on what Bromby want for him. Last time I read out about their asking price, they're looking at for about 7 million for the Danish striker. He's having a decent season. As far as I know, I think he has 13 goals in all competitions. That's in the Danish League and the Danish Cup as well. But I'd like to see us, obviously, regards to outgoings, who else would you send on loan or terminate contracts with or get rid of? Not really much. Greg Taylor, we need to seal his contract deal because in January he's free to talk to clubs and sign a pre-contract. I've made it clear on the channel I'd like to see Celtic keep Greg Taylor. Alex Valley, I don't know what's going to happen with him. He's on loan He's on loan from Barcelona. I don't think Celtic have an option to buy there as well. So that was just a season move loan just to develop him, and he's played really well. You know, it took time for him to settle in. I know some people are very critical of him against Falkirk, and the same with Trusty, but Trusty's playing really decent over the last few games as well, and that's the most important thing with Austin Trusty, settling into the squad, getting experience of playing with Scales, getting experience of playing with Carter Vickers. And look, at Carter Vickers wasn't in the selection at Fair Park, but getting him back, obviously he wasn't picked for the American side in this round of international fixtures, but the international fixtures just drain you. Regardless if your country wins, it feels like it's dragging on forever. It really does. And this is the last round of international fixtures until March, thank God. And then we're going into World Cup qualifiers. So on the UEFA stage, but we'll see what happens in January. Look at every game, regardless if it's December, November, January, it's all big games for Celtic. All big games, regardless what competition it is. We expect Celtic to go out and give a challenge, and only one defeat so far, basically a third into the season. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Joint top Aberdeen. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult trip to Batodry midweek game against Aberdeen coming up in like 2 weeks' time. That's going to be a really difficult game. We also Hearts away. We have Hibs at home coming up as well. We have St Johnstone coming up as well. We have the Derby, 2 derbies to look forward to as well in the space of 4 weeks. Not even 4 weeks, 3 weeks within each other. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Interesting times. Get the comments in. I'm not even thinking that far ahead for the cup final, to be honest with you. I'm just thinking of the next game, which is at Tynecastle, 7:45 kickoff. It'll be on Sky Sports as well. It'd be interesting. As far as I know, I think it is on Sky Sports. Usually, Premier Sports get the late kickoffs, but I'll check it up. I think it is on Sky Sports. Regards to the actual derby at Ibrox, that's a Thursday game, and that will be a 3 o'clock kickoff because it's considered down as a bank holiday, like New Year's bank holidays kind of material. That's how I feel, Mikey. That's how I feel. I just feel fed up. I feel like, this weekend, yeah, I'm looking forward to the Ireland-England game tomorrow. And look at Ireland are the outsiders. The underdogs going to Wembley to play against a team that's in the top 5 in the world, cracking England team. But we'll see what happens. We need more depth in the quality and number of games coming up. Look, it just depends on the board if they're going to go out and invest in another striker. I think we're lacking goals up front. Especially a third into the season, it's quite concerning. Kyogo scoring away from home, it's not. It just can't do it. He hasn't done it the last year and a half, which is quite concerning. Look at Nicholas Kuhn's banging goals left, right, and centre, but I really feel like we need to get another striker in the window. We'll see what happens. So Robert is saying, how's it going, Robert Gibson? I hope you're well. I'm fed up with all this international crap. It's all money spinning rubbish for UEFA. Same time, UEFA need to have these countries playing matches. The Nations League might not seem important to us as Celtic fans, because we're thinking, oh yeah, is Scotland going to get promoted if they beat Poland on Tuesday night? Well, Ireland are guaranteed that they're not going to be relegated from their group in their tier. I just want it over and done with. It's good that Kyogo's back in the Japanese squad, even though he didn't come off the bench against Indonesia. I was watching that game yesterday for about 15 minutes, and it was lashing out of heavens. Absolutely lashing over in Indonesia. So Japan have China next in their game on Tuesday. We'll see what happens with that. Frank says, Commander Republic. I will be wearing my Euro 1988 jersey for that. The famous Ray Houghton goal against England in Stuttgart. We'll see what happens. So Mikey's asking, should we go for Lennon Miller? I know someone asked me this earlier on in the podcast. My answer is yes. Look, we took a risk with David Turnbull. Yeah, we made money on David Turnbull. Scored a good amount of goals for Celtic. His stats wasn't the best in regards to week in, week out scoring or starting, but done decent for Celtic. 7.5 million. If we get Lennon Miller, it'll be the highest record transfer fee between Scottish clubs. And look at the highest before that was Scott Brown. Scott Brown was just around nearly £4 million. I think it was 4.3. Could be right against. It was for Hibs. Hibs received back in the summer 2007. Jesus, that's a long time ago. I think Lennon Miller is a no-brainer. Like, I think he could be the next John McGinn. And I know that's a lot of pressure on putting on the boy. He's 18 years of age, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes with regards to that. Do it at the end of the season. Well, we could buy him and send him back on loan to Motherwell for this until the end of the season. Let him develop. Could do that option, you know. I think that'd be a good bit of business for Celtic. We done it with Ryan Christie, signing Ryan Christie, as far as I know, and sent him back on loan for the season. And let's see. I agree. We are the light on strikers. Matisse Kvistergaarden will be a great addition. I'm sure we're going to be looking at other players in the transfer with regards to striking options, and Kvistergaarden will be another deal show. Look, he's proven it in the Danish league. Tall physical player. That's what we need. I know we have a 9 million player there of Adam Ida, but Adam Ida, his confidence is not there at the moment, and if you're rating Adam Ida so far this season, probably look giving him about a 5 out of 10. You know, if you want me to rate the players so far, Schmeichel, a 9 out of 10. I think he's been remarkable since he came in. And I just think that he saved us last week against Kilmarnock. His leadership skills, the amount of clean sheets, the way he's confident with the ball. You know, I just think it's a solid 9 out of 10. There's obviously improvement there. Always will be for a player. Trusty, I'd probably give Trusty a 7 out of 10. He's settling in well now. Carter Vickers, I know he's probably thinking I'm crazy. 6 out of 10 because he's been injury prone. He just haven't had enough games so far. Scales, 7 out of 10. Thought he's played well, more to develop. Greg Taylor, in and out with injuries, probably a 6 out of 10. Alistair Johnston, a 9 out of 10. He's at the scoring 4 goals so far this season. He's been remarkable, taking the captain's armband. He's been remarkable. Callum McGregor, give him an 8 out of 10. Yes, he's added goals to his game this season. He's obviously retired from Scotland. We've won big games. Captain us a big result over in Atalanta. But more improvement from Cal. More improvement, even though that sounds mad to Celtic fans hearing that in their ears. Bernardo, maybe 6 out of 10. Some decent games he's played so far in the derby and stuff like that. More to improve there. Rio Atate, 7 out of 10. He's done well so far. Arnie Ingles, 7 out of 10. Big price tag on Arnie Ingles. He's done well. He hit the ground running. And Luke McCown, I have to say, I'd probably give him an 8 out of 10. What he's played so far and his distribution and scoring goals, I thought he's played really decent. So it's been a good signing for him. Regards to Days of Maeda, probably a 7 out of 10. Just give me a second, folks. Just the cat is at the door. Sorry about that, folks. Days made a 7 out of 10. Some decent goals so far in the Champions League and stuff as well. James Forrest, 6 out of 10. Lewis Palmer, I know it sounds terrible, but 4 out of 10. Who else am I looking at? I haven't even started with the strikers yet. Nicholas Kuhn, a 9 out of 10. I think he's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I just said that I had to jump off for a second, but I'm back now. I'm back here. Don't worry. I'm here. I'm here. Nicholas Cohen has been a 9 out of 10. He's been pretty decent. But that's like kind of the core of the squad. Ralston probably a 6 out of 10 when he's being called upon. He's done a job as well. Alex Valle, he's done. I'd probably give him a 7. I thought he's done decent enough as well. Adam Ida, as I said, probably a 5 out of 10. It's just not enough goals from Adam Ida. I know the price tag could be affecting his confidence as well. Could be. And Kyogo, I'd probably give Kyogo a 6 out of 10. Not scoring from home, or not scoring away, hasn't done enough in that side of it. Yes, you could see that he's walking his socks off up front and all that, but that's kind of like evaluation in regards to like the players that are kind of featuring on a regular basis for Celtic. I'm not going to pin out every single player, but yeah. So it's been 11 comments. Just let me know in the comments you agree with me ratings regards to am I being too much on Palmer, rating him 4 out of 10 because he hasn't scored this season, he hasn't provided any assists. Or am I just being honest? Do you agree with me? So let me know. I'm going to try to do a podcast tomorrow night as well. I'll let you know in advance. So just trying to get more videos up and more views and more content and new people to come across the channel as well. Be really appreciated. Yeah, it's a yes for me with Lennon Miller. I think if Celtic don't pay the money of around 5.3 million, I think he'd be mad. I think he'll end up going to a club. It won't be Rangers, I don't think. They can't afford to be paying 5 million, to be honest. They're skint. They're skint at the moment. I think they'd be skint for a long time at this rate. I think they'd have been skint for a long time as well. The whole 12 years of existence. But let's just look at the fixtures coming up. I was gonna pull up the fixture list for Celtic. Just go onto the Celtic website. Just handy just to pull this up and the times and look. I watched the girls team the other night against Chelsea. I thought he played well in the first half. Second half, obviously Chelsea are an outstanding club in regards to the women's football. Men's team are absolutely brutal at the moment. I thought he played well. We need more. We pay too much for Ida and it's shown. Look at form's temporary. Form is temporary. Give him time. Give him time. It will be absolutely nuts if he only scores 9 goals or something this season. £1 million per goal. You could see it for the season, but he's on a long-term deal. Adam Ida. Yeah, I could. Ed's World. Let's see. What's this glitch trap? Let me see now. I'm trying to pull this screen up. Right, here we go. So let's see. We have Hearts next Saturday, as we all know. Oh, come on. Let these days go quicker. Oh, that new Henrik Larsson book is out. I haven't even bought it yet, to be honest with you. I'm going to be truthfully honest with you. My attention span of sitting there and reading books is not the greatest. It's not the greatest. Even me trying to watch a documentary for over an hour, boom, I'm gone. I have to watch in bits and bobs. So then Bruges after that, which we look at. We should be beating Club Bruges, but the Club Bruges actually beat at home. They beat Aston Villa in the last Champions League day out. Match day 4 was it? Ross County, Celtic Park on the Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. I know fans will be happy to hear that. And then the trickiest game so far in December, which will be Pittodrie. Before I start getting further into it, I know there's trickier games out there, but that one there is going to be a difficult one away in Pittodrie. Obviously, join top of the league if we win our game. If we win our game, they win their game going into that. And let me see. Let's back out that again. We'll go back into this. Then Hibs at home, Saturday the 7th. Zagreb away. Should be beating Dynamo Zagreb. And then that'll be on the Tuesday. Then the Sunday, we're off to Hampden. 3:30 kickoff against Rangers in the Premier Sports Cup final. Glasgow Derby. Whoop whoop. Dundee United away in Tannadice. Always a difficult place to go, but we have beaten Dundee. Mad goal scores there, score lines there. Sorry. Then Motherwell on Stevens' Day or Boxing Day, which way you want to refer it as, and then a home to St Johnston to finish the calendar year off, and then we're off to Ibrox. 3 o'clock kickoff. Sky Sports on the Thursday. I actually have the month or the Friday off work. Looking forward to that. Right, but let's knock on to this anyway. Decent amount of fixtures coming up. How's it going in Melbourne? Is it Melbourne now? Oh, hope you're doing well. Good day, mate. Good time for us. Have a great start of the day when we perform well. Good stuff. Ed's World. Little daughter loves Ed's World, she does. But Cheryl says Alistair Johnson is annoying. 100%. Future captain there, Cheryl. The way I look at it is, touch wood, it doesn't happen. If Callum McGregor was to get 2 or 3 months on the sidelines, which I hope it doesn't happen, I think Alistair should get that captain's armband. I've been saying it time and time again on the channel. He is the future captain. He's the future captain. 2 seconds. I have it with me. And my Canada jersey with me. My aunt passed away just over 4 weeks ago. She lived in Canada for 35 years, and I wanted to obviously, get her name on the back of the jersey. Well, it's obviously just backwards. It says Birmingham, but yeah. So there's the Canada jersey there. Absolute belter. Has the Copa America badge and all on it. Cracking jersey. Absolute class. But yeah, Alistair, 50 caps for Canada. Unbelievable. I actually like the stop. Really comfortable as well. But yeah, be backing them in the World Cup if Ireland don't qualify. But yeah, Tomoki Iwata is playing pretty well. I'm surprised he hasn't been called up for Japan. I know people might turn around and say, Keith, get a grip. He's playing League One football for Birmingham. Scoring some crackers. Doesn't matter. Some of the teams he's playing are the standard of SPL teams, you could say. I wish Tomoki the very best, and it's a shame that we didn't really see much of Iwata when he came in and done a job and he started games. I thought he played pretty decent for Celtic, some decent goals as well. That goal at Tynecastle, absolute cracker. But I wish Tomoki the very best, and I wish Ideguchi the very best back in Japan. The Japanese contingent. It's rules. No. Look, it is what it is. I was gonna say many condolences, but look, I got that jersey done anyway. It's like my auntie as well. But Alistair, I have the black Canada jersey as well from a couple of years ago. They actually wore it against, I think they wore it against Croatia in the World Cup when Josip Jovanovic was actually still at Celtic when we just signed Alistair. But good times for Canada. Good times for them as a team. But yeah, folks, I'm gonna leave it there tonight. It was just a quick podcast, just a chat. There's not much happening at the moment. I know there's been Lennon Miller talk. There's been talk of the new home jersey maybe being a tartan design. I will do a video on that on the next couple of days, and we'll talk about maybe an expansion to Celtic Park regards to capacity as well. I'll discuss that on the channel over the next couple of days. Tune out for that video. I'll talk about potentially the Bumblebee returning to Celtic next season as well, and I'll be talking about Nicholas Kuhn as well on the channel. Look at Nicholas Kuhn, the gun or the firepower Germany having that right flank. It's going to take a lot for Nicholas Kuhn to get into that German national team. And look, he's been represented Germany up to under 19th level from the age of 13 up, but he hasn't represented Germany in that level of senior football just yet. And the only way he will get that Germany call up, as I think he will in March, if he's banging goals in the Champions League, he's scoring in derby games, he's consistent, and he's on double regards to. But I'm going to leave it there, folks.